It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a rematch of last year's wild card round in the NFC playoffs. It's the Rams and the Lions on Sunday night primetime.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Rams taking the field and leading the way, the man from Cal, the former #1 overall pick, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first run now for Kyren Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Goff. His throw incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Goff now to throw. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The tackle for a loss goes to Kirby Joseph, making a great play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw. Goff. Short throw. It's Higbee. And down he goes at the 49. A 3-yard pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge, setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran former #1 pick back in 2009.
And Matthew Stafford was taken 1st overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
To throw is Stafford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Reynolds will go in motion right. Now Stafford. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Goff. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, 1st down. Now Goff. Short throw, it's Higbee. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Goff. Pass complete there to Nakua. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and now we've got a 3rd and 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Goff. Short throw, it's Higbee. And I don't think he got there, no. Geez, short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Oh, some strong running. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got their defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead, and as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
To throw is Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Again, Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Stafford looks to throw again. This to Laporta, right side. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. That's to the tight end, Laporta. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
2nd and goal from the 1. Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A quick throw there is incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their troubles so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn him.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it, They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Short throw, it's Higbee. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Play action. It's Goff. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. From the 50, it's Goff. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now it's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
11 yards there and a Lion first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the 50, it's snapped in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Quick throw complete to Reynolds. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. Again, it's Stafford. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Bates' kick is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And this has become a familiar sight, a really good run by Williams, who took a massive leap in his second season last year, finishing third in rushing while averaging a league lead at 95 yards per game on the ground. A really nice young player.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A shotgun snap for Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Here's Ethan Evans now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Stafford. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards that time. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this off to Swift. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Throwing again is Stafford. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And it didn't take long for Turner to make his presence felt in L.A. He recorded 9 sacks in his first season playing alongside the great Aaron Donald. And even though Donald is retired, no sign of a let-up for the former 3rd-round pick.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, where you see the final score there. Marcus Mariota, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Tua with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, take 2 for Aaron Rodgers, the Jets and Niners from Santa Clara. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Lions offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because...
There he goes, left side. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Reynolds, 71 yards. And the Lions are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
From the gun, here's Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Gone. Now that'll be caught by Cup. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. The tight end in motion right. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 4. Goff throwing again. Williams brings it in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams, 28 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Motion man left, Peoples-Jones. Now Stafford. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Goff. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. To the air again, Goff. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to throw, Goff. Short throw, it's Higbee. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That is caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Again, Goff.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9.
Now Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And Kupp going to pick up a Rams first down as he's down inside the 15.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
3rd down and 6.
Here's Goff. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Kyron Williams.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here come the Lions now.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Stafford. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he slings one that's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Stafford.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Motion man left, Peoples-Jones. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Stafford. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Stafford.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Reynolds will go in motion right.
Throwing is Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 19. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Back to throw, Stafford.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now run by Gibbs.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now it's Stafford.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
To throw is Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Lions are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Rams offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. Now 2nd and 5.
Goff now to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp.
And Kupp going to pick up a Rams first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now Stafford.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Stafford. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
From the gun, here's Stafford.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Rams offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
That'll be caught. It's Kupp.
Down to the 10.
And he'll get into the end zone. Rams.
Cooper Kupp, 70 yards. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Now it's gone. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
They'll hand it off now. Williams.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson now with his 2nd sack here on opening night.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Stafford finds Gibbs on the check down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. Throwing Throwing again is Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
On third down, here's Gibbs.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter.
Now Goff.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Lions, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.